Dream Team, it's your boy D Neal back with another reaction video, guys. And here we are once again reacting to Miss Haley Alexis. I love her videos. And this is 4 things Americans always get wrong about Germany. About to jump into it so she can tell us what we always wrong about. But before we do that, I need you guys to jump into that subscribe button, ring the notification bell, get a video a thumbs up so it gets suggested. Social media, Patreon, all up top. You don't subscribe to any of it, put all the links in the description. All you gotta do is hit the link, follow me, talk to me. I'm human. I talk back. If you guys got a favorite video suggestion, you can subscribe to Patreon or drop it in the comment section. What we got, Miss Alexis?
I'm like, this makes no sense because in the United States, people make fun of station wagons. And in Germany, it's like, boah, geil, hast du mein Kombi gesehen? And I'm just like...
Yeah, the station wagons in America definitely get made fun of. Definitely. That's a fact.
Hi everyone, what is up? My name is Haley. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you did not know, now you do. Hey you guys, what's up? So in today's video, y'all, I'm going to be talking about 4 things Americans always get wrong about Germany or Germans. Now, I've made a few videos like this before on my channel talking about both sides. Things that Germans get wrong about Americans all the time and things that Americans get wrong about Germans all the time. But I have 4 new points that I feel like are quite interesting. Hopefully they are. There might be discussion points in there as well. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Now, when it comes to Germany, you guys, I am pretty protective. And usually I gotta put on my kitty cat claws when I go to the United States and people find out that I'm from Germany and they ask me or bombard me with information that is maybe ill-informed, misconstrued, or just lacking I don't even know, lacking intelligence altogether. So the first one is going to be the German language and pronunciation. Something that really irks my nerves, and I've talked about this a little bit before, is when people say German is a hard language, but they've never tried to study the language. I mean, the language is hard. 1000% it is very difficult, but I dislike when people make fun of the language and they don't have any understanding of what they're talking about. I feel like before I came to Germany, I was maybe like this, and I feel like it's just growth. Like it takes time for you to understand something, and then you're like, oh, I was like that before. I'm so glad I've grown and matured. But a lot of Americans are like this. They have no idea about the German language and they maybe make fun of it. Or they say, oh, this is how you say this in German language. And I'm like, that's not correct at all. And the thing about this point that maybe...
I think something like she said, some things you have to experience. When you tend to make fun of or call out things that you don't understand and pick at things that you don't understand. So sometimes you just have to experience it yourself to understand. Y'all know where I'm going with that. Hey, what's understood don't need to be explained. Keep it going.
You say this in German language, and I'm like, that's not correct at all. And the thing about this point that maybe bothers me the most is when people say something about the German language or are pronouncing it wrong and then make fun of it based on their wrong pronunciation or their wrong understanding of the German language. And I'm just like... don't do that. At the end of the day, when you are learning a new language or you're curious about a new language, you have to be open, I would say, to the different pronunciations, the different words, the different combinations, the vocabulary, alphabet, and all that good stuff, and not automatically equate to making fun of it. And I feel like that's something that a lot of people do, especially when they don't know that much about something. The first attack or the first line of defense is humor. But for me, like the German language...
I said that, right? That she said what I said, just in different wording. So I'll be on the same page with her. It'd be like psychic telepathy. You feel me? Same page, just different wording. That's all. Keep it going.
Attack or the first line of defense is humor. But for me, like the German language, I make fun of it sometimes. I feel like I can, though, because I understand it, not professionally, not fluently, but I do know it to an extent that I can make jokes and crack jokes about it. But I feel people that don't have any understanding about the German language, German culture, anything like that, and then make fun of it and then pronounce stuff wrong and always want to put that in my face. This is something that Americans like to do. It's like, oh, I know how to say this or that, and then they say it completely wrong with a completely fake German accent, and I'm like, this isn't funny. The next point is going to be a controversial point, you guys, and this is something that I've gotten into many heated debates with people in the United States about you guys. And I get into heated debates on my YouTube channel about this as well.
Come on,
and it's
give it to
people
me.
asking me about the refugee crisis. I don't know if I've talked about this on my channel before.
I don't know too much about a refugee crisis. So yeah, whatever she about to say gonna be new information to me. I don't know much. Talk to me.
About the refugee crisis. I don't know if I've talked about this on my channel before, you guys, and I'm not really going to go into a deep dive here on this YouTube channel, but something that Americans always get wrong, or they always ask me about, and there's always this ill intention behind it, is like, are you walking with the refugees on the street, Haley? Do they go into the store with you? Are there refugees in the store with you? And I'm just like, they're just like immigrants in the United States.
Okay, I'm gonna read this for you guys because I know I got it in a small corner. At the end of the day, I am technically an immigrant, so I guess this hits a little closer to home because I chose to leave my country under decent circumstances, and so many people view it as brave, courageous, and an awesome opportunity. But the people that were forced to leave their country due to very horrific issues are not afforded the same adjectives as me. I think being a foreigner in a new country is hard enough. I have a whole YouTube channel dedicated to it. And I get so upset when people automatically put down a whole group of individuals based on something they cannot change. That is facts. I absolutely love that. At the bottom it says, thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Appreciate that, Haley.
Refugees in the store with you. And I'm just like, they're just like immigrants in the United States. Of course they're going to be on the street with me, walking on the street with me, and in the store with me. Yeah, but in the United States, one of the big, I guess, Germany topics from 2015 to even going into 2018 was talking about the economic refugee crisis in Germany. And people only had that information. It's very hard to get information from other sources when you are based in the United States, and we have privatized media just pushing out their image of what they want into the world, into the United States. And so they only had what was given to them. When I tell people stories about me working with refugees in Germany, not having any bad experiences, having generally positive experiences with the people that I worked with or came into contact with, they can't believe it. They can't believe that I was actually in the same spot as a refugee and living life and being fine. This is something that I hate talking about to Americans because they haven't been here. And I always think to myself, I always want to pose the question of, how are refugees supposed to live? Are they supposed to be locked in cages at the border like in the United States? Or should they be trying to live life, a normal, regular life like everyone else in the country? And also a sub point for this, and it's always Americans, and I understand why it's Americans, and I try to be understanding because of our concept when it comes to race. But when I talk about brown people or black people in Germany, people automatically assume that they're immigrants. And they're like, yeah, but they're not really German. And I'm like, oh no, they're German. They are German. And they're like, no, but they're not German. And I'm just like, what do you mean? They were born in Germany. They have a German passport. They have been brought up in the German system.
You're German.
They are German. Like, I don't know what else to tell you guys. But if
How much more German can you get? How much more German can you get? You were born and raised in Germany, around Germans, German passport. They're German. Those, but they're not really. They're German. I feel you, Haley. That could be frustrating, and I agree with you. Refugees definitely should be just trying to live their lives. They shouldn't be locked up in cages. They shouldn't be. I always ponder that question. I'm like, it sucks because like you have no control over where you're born. You have no control over what circumstances you're born in. So for you to want to pursue a better life is completely understandable. And for someone like to stop you from being able to go to a certain country or a certain place because you're a refugee, it sucks because it's like, I did nothing to be born here. There was nothing that I did myself to be born where I'm at. And so I think it's unfair to deny someone else who was born in much worse circumstances entry into a place that could make their life better. It completely sucks. And so I can understand Haley's frustration on this topic.
German system, they are German. Like, I don't know what else to tell you guys, but I feel like this is a different topic for a different video, but it's very interesting to see this playing out, especially now since I've lived in Germany and my ideas about like race, ethnicity, and all of these things have become jumbled together and mixed and are very different than, let's say, 5 years ago. And it's very interesting to hear Americans talk about race, especially when my views have changed so drastically. But this is something that, you know, Americans always get wrong when it comes to Germany. Refugees, immigrants, how are they living? And also black people in Germany, they can't be German. And so the next point, you guys, is gonna be something that I feel like continuously talked about on my channel, and it's that Germany taxes everyone 70%, 90%, 100% of their income. And this is something that I've seen the government officials in the United States do when talking about socialism, communism, tax rates.
There's no way I would believe that for 1 sec. 70% of their income? How can you tax someone 70? No, I'm not buying it.
States do when talking about socialism, communism, tax rates, trying to stop raising tax rates and trying to use this as a counterpoint. Like, look at Germany. Look at the people over there. They're paying 90% of their income. They're paying 70% of their taxes, and their income is going towards the government. And oh my gosh, those people have no money. Now, granted, Germany's tax rate might be decent, might be hefty, might be high. I could even say that it could be high. But when you factor in other things like 401k, I think pensions, maybe we can throw it in there, homeowners insurance, federal tax, state tax, county tax, I'm trying to think, daycare, all of these other things that are maybe not as high in Germany as they are in the United States, or even virtually non-existent in Germany. You're usually looking at the same amount of money. So granted, Germans may be taxed 50%, let's say, but they don't have such high bills like you do in the United States for certain things. And so over the years, I think
50, gosh, that is a lot. Like, I'm sure you got to hit a certain tax bracket though to be taxed 50% of your income. But my lord. But she's right, when you do factor in all the cost of all these different things that we have to pay for, it almost adds up to be the same. Damn, 50. Sheesh. That's a lot. Keep it going, Haley.
Bills like you do in the United States for certain things. And so over the years, I think comparing both of these places, it's really hard for people to hear that at the end of the day, you're going to be spending the same amount of money, and in some places you might be getting a little bit more, but in other places you might be getting a little bit more or less. Like in Germany, you're going to get healthcare, you're going to get school, you're going to get these types of things. And in the United States, you're going to have to pay a shit ton of money for daycare. And so at the end of the day, it's something that I hate arguing about, because we could always go back and forth and find this and that and this money and that money, and it makes no sense because they're totally different societies and totally different economies and totally different types of people that live in each place. Each place has its pros and cons, and when I get into the tax aspect of it, it's always like very superficial and like surface level, and I'm like, you have to dig a little deeper and you have to be able to think outside of the box when it comes to this end number and what you're getting out of it, and also in the United States what you're not getting out of your end number, because you're also paying taxes in the United States. The last and final point, you guys, and we're gonna finish with a funny point because I feel like the last 2 points have caused me a little heart problems, y'all. This one is going to be that Germans love their sport cars. Now, this is very true. I mean, where are you going to be driving that you're going to have a Porsche, that you're going to have a Mercedes, that you're going to have a BMW and Audi driving just consistently, constantly past you on the highway? Not in the United States. You're going to have the 1990, 1980 Toyota Corolla with a hubcap missing.
Yeah, you don't see sports cars as, I mean, there are sports cars, but you don't see them much. You don't see, unless I guess you're in a rich area or something. You don't see them often. I don't see them when I'm driving. I don't see them pass me up often. It's rare. Talk to him, Haley. What kind of, go back. What kind of car What kind of car?
On the highway. Not in the United States. You're going to have the 1990, 1980 Toyota Corolla with a hubcap missing. The window taped with, what is it called, a garbage can, going down I-75, 20 miles under the speed limit because the car can't go any faster. I understand why people think this, and it is true to an extent, but I feel like one of the most popular cars in Germany is a Kombi. And if you're an American, you're probably wondering what a Kombi is because you've probably never heard this before, and you've also probably never seen this before in the United States because it's very rare. It is, let me see if I know what the word is, a Kombinationskraftwagen. Now, better known in English American terms as a station wagon. Now, when I first got to Germany, y'all, I was shocked. I felt like I was transported into a National Lampoon's movie scene.
There she is. Where? Right here, the wagon.
I have never seen station wagons before in my life since living in Germany. I mean, when I was younger, in the 90s, they were maybe still trucking. You know, people had them from the 70s or 80s and they were still pushing. But now, 2022, just not something you will see. And so I feel like Europe, more specifically Germany.
I got y'all. In 2017, Europe accounted for 72% of global wagon sales. Oh my Lord. And markets such as Germany, Sweden, and the Czech Republic are the continent's top 3 countries in terms of market share for this body style. As reported by Auto News Europe, Germany is a big wagon market and it's not going away, said LMC Automotive exec Pete Kelly. Germany, however, only accounted for 17% of wagon sales in the first half of 2019. It was, in fact, Sweden that held a massive 31% market share, with the Czech Republic at 21%. God dang.
It's not something you will see. And so I feel like Europe, more specifically Germany, is one of the only markets that keeps station wagons alive. I remember having a conversation with a group of guys and I was asking them what their dream cars were. I swear to you, all of them had Kombis on their lists. I was like, y'all are young, y'all have no children, what the hell? Why are y'all picking grandpa cars? Why are you picking these automobiles on your wish list for cars to want? I'm like, this makes no sense, because in the United States, people make fun of station wagons. And in Germany, it's like, boah, geil, hast du mein Kombi gesehen? And I'm just like...
Good thing to make a drive cross country. This is the automobile you should be using, the Wagon Queen family truckster. You think you hate it now, but wait till you drive it.
But I feel like in Germany, station wagons are the most efficient car. They aren't as, big and massive as a truck or SUV, but they can still fit a lot. A lot of them have all-wheel drive, so you can drive it in the winter through the snow. A lot of them just have, like I said, a lot of space. If you have children, it's very nice, and you can transport a lot of things, you can tow a lot of things, and it's just a multifunctional car, you guys. It's something that can do everything. And there are also versions of a Kombi, of a station wagon in Germany, that are on the luxury sport wagon side. You have things like the Audi RS6 Avant with the carbon optics, you guys, in the Nardo gray.
That's pretty nice.
Y'all, that is a sexy car.
That's pretty nice. Oh, yeah, I give you that joker look pretty nice. Yeah, I agree with you on that, Haley.
The optics, you guys, in the Nardo gray, y'all, that is a sexy car. I do have to say that is a sexy car. Or you have the Porsche Sports Turismo, I think it's what it's called, Panamera, I can never say, I always say Panorama, Panamera Sports Turismo. Oh my Lord, you have those types of station wagons, and you also have other versions as well. But you have ones that fit the niche of needing to go extremely fast and having the horsepower behind it and the power behind it to maybe keep up on the Autobahn with other types of sports cars. And I feel like there is a type of sports station wagon, not even a sports station, there is a station wagon for everyone, y'all, in Germany. And so I just think it's very interesting that a lot of people automatically assume that everyone loves sports cars here. Everyone drives sports cars here. And granted, I feel like that is maybe something that a lot of people strive for and a lot of people want, and a lot of people do drive it, but a lot of people want functionality, they want efficiency, and they want something that is an all-around decent car that will last a long time. And that's where a station wagon comes into play. And so yeah, those were all the points, the 4 points, you guys, of 4 things that I feel like Americans get wrong about Germans or Germany. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, you guys. I'm going now because my nose is itching like crazy with these lights. Holy moly. I love y'all. Thank you so much for watching, and bye.
Shout out Haley Alexis. Her videos are always nice to get to react to. I absolutely love them. But that's all we got for this one. If you guys got a favorite video suggestion, you can subscribe to Patreon or drop it in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel, ring notification bell, get a video a thumbs up so it gets suggested. Social media, Patreon, all up top. You don't subscribe to any of it, put all the links in the description. All you gotta do is hit the link, follow me, talk to me. Love talking to you guys. You guys are the most incredible team on YouTube. It's your boy Neal. Out.